Good afternoon. Sorry about that. Good afternoon. It is Tuesday, January 4th, 2021, and today we really had a range day. Not much else to it than that, so let me just get started, get right into it. I don't want to be talking a lot. So right off the bat, we had this trend in the overnight. I was looking at it as two separate trends up. I don't know why. So I went short right here, thinking first entry, failed second entry short, but that's just not the case. This is the trend channel, and this is the first break of it, so we should still be looking for longs. But really, I mean, besides that, this really just looks like one leg down. Or is that what I'm trying to say? No, really, it looks like two legs down, really, but it's just, you shouldn't be taking failures and congestion either. That's a doji. So why are you entering short on that? I know this stuff, but it's just so hard to control your behavior. So great second entry long right there if you're patient. Yeah, this looks congestive, but that's definitely a trap, and we're expecting a move to a new high, so that's a good entry. Here, this looks like one leg up, even though we made a higher low right here. This looks like one leg up, and so you get a first entry, second entry. But at this point, you can see this is a doji, and we now have like, these kind of look like they're all inside this bar. So we got like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bars stacked up. So we're no longer trending up at this point, right? So that's one reason to stay out of this, okay? And then you get another first entry, second entry. If you enter this, this does look like a failed breakout, but that's aggressive. If this was a very strong uptrend, yes, I would take that, but you can't take that. And then this one right here, this is a third entry, and it's a trap, but to me this looks like it's just doing the same thing that was going on right here. So we don't know that prices are going to break out yet. So I don't think you can take that. And really we're just ranging at this point. We eventually make a new high. This might be this is a new high, but this is a new high. We're just bouncing. We start making these new lows. We come down to the opening price, test it for a third or fourth time. We opening price right here, test it once, twice, a third time, and we bounce. And at this point, we get a first entry, second entry short. I think you can take that because it's off of this level of resistance. So I think you can take that. Very good signal bar. If you don't take that, you get a lower high right here. That's a great signal bar. This is a failed second entry long, but I don't think, this is just so congestive that I just think we aren't taking failures and congestion. But that does look really good. So why don't I just mark that as aggressive? We come down here, and you can see we form some congestion at the opening price again. And we're just chopping around. And I don't like any of this. Here you get a first, second entry, but I don't see how you could really enter that. I feel like Mac might mark this, and that's why I marked that. But it just looks like a trap. We'll see what Mac has to say about it. And we come down, and we're just too far from the EMA. Unfortunately, you don't get a second entry right here. And this is all too far from the EMA. Come down here, form this congestion. Why don't I draw that? Here, let's make this a little smaller, or decrease the length. This is what looks like the range here. So when you break out, you do get a higher low. And this closes above the EMA, so that's pretty appealing right there. But we don't know. We're trending down. We don't know if prices are coming back or not. So Eventually prices do bounce though. And we come right here, and I really like this setup. You get a first entry and a failed second entry long. And I like that setup, especially after this big leg down. I'm expecting at least some movement down. Unfortunately, it gets you you might get like a couple points off a runner here, but then it bounces. Some buyers come in, and then you get another setup for a first failed second entry long. And I like this one too. And even you probably have your trend channel drawn like this at that point too, and that looks good on that shorter term channel. But I think the channel ends up being like this. So you can see that looks like a failure too. You can see it just drop down. And then we get this new high, first entry, failed second entry long. Why did I mark this as aggressive? Probably, I'm not too sure, because this looks pretty good. I like this. But I'm going to keep it green, but I do like that. Oh, because you're going into this strong level of support. You can see at this 47.75 mark. So that is a valid reason for making this an aggressive trade. And then we come down here. This is too congestive. And then we reverse. So that's how I saw that trend channel. This is probably the break right here. One leg, two legs down to a new low, and then we get a reversal. And you get this first entry, failed second entry long, or failed second entry short. This sets up beautifully. I really like that. This price action looks very neat. Even though we got a doji right here and some overlap, this just set up very well off the trend line. I like that. That's a great entry. And then we're just too far from the EMA here in this trend channel up. Here, I don't really like this, especially after this morning. I got caught in some stuff like this. But, you know, we're expecting a new high. Looks like we got to break in a new high here, but this is congestion, but the bias is clearly up. I guess this is a failure, but this you shouldn't be taking failures in congestion. So it is a failed second entry short, though. That's all I saw. This second entry short right here, I feel like maybe the advanced people would take this. This looks too congestive for me. So I'm going to mark that aggressive. Probably should have marked that aggressive before, but that's what I saw today. Some good trades in there. So just be patient. I took a bunch of garbage trades. We'll take a look at them right now. I think I got 4 out of 5 incorrect. So I meant to switch over to my practice account after 2, and I just didn't. So I racked up the losses again. I went short. This isn't even a second entry, a failed second entry long. So I really had no business entering here anyway. And that's another reason to follow the rules, is it'll keep you out of bad trades. So first entry, I looked at this as a first entry, failed second entry. It's just, and I didn't even see this trend channel till after. So, and that's just the result of me being eager and wanting to enter. You know, I'm sitting there at, what time is that? 4:40. Just wait. What time is this? This is at 5 o'clock. So just be patient. Enter here on the actual true failed second entry, short, first, failed second entry. But this looks like one leg up. And one leg of correction. So really it looks like a first entry to me. And so that would make this one more appealing right here. And I entered on this too. As a second entry combined with a failed second entry short. But look how congested that is, and you're going into the highs of that congestion. So that's what should have kept me out there. And then I enter here. Look, you get a first entry. I was looking at this as a second entry, but we didn't even make a new low, and this is extremely congestive. You see that perfect doji, this perfect doji, and you just stay out of that. I think I took one more loser. Oh no, okay, this one. This is a good trade. A nice failure. Failed second entry long, sets up very well. I'll take that every time. And I think that's all I took. So I just got to be patient. Someone in the forum said something that I really like, because it's something I've thought about before, is don't think about, hold on, let me see what he said. Change your mind to think, instead of is this trade going to work or not, to is this trade according to my system. I think that's a great piece of advice. I've thought about that before, but I don't think about that consistently. So I want to consistently think about that, and I think I'll get better. So hope everyone had a good day. I'll be back tomorrow.